That's not bad, right?
That's not bad at all.
Good-looking group right there. Okay, hey, look at that. It's the Giving Moon. We're here on Armitage.
Hey,
right
what's
outside.
going on, guys?
Here's, I should have done some research here. I don't know if we're at juniors or JRs. I'm assuming it's juniors.
Yeah, I don't know that. Maybe.
Juniors,
Yeah,
okay.
let's go with that.
We're going with that. This podcast that we are also doing a live stream of on Facebook Live is brought to you by Boost Mobile. My phone is on Boost Mobile. Everything I do is on Boost Mobile. I have the most ridiculously low rates on Boost Mobile. Go to any of their stores. Actually, I did my stuff online, boostmobile.com.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Oh, and here we are. We're in the Mazda 3. The Giving Moon is here.
Yes.
We are fast. I would say we're probably best friends at this point.
Oh, yeah.
My Mazda 3 is sitting on Armitage. We're outside Juniors. No,
JRs?
Juniors, right? Not
Juniors,
JRs.
yeah,
It's
we went with
Juniors.
juniors.
It's got to be.
Juniors. The hot dog shack just east of Western Avenue on Armitage. These guys right here, the Giving Moon, man, about a week and a half ago, you performed at Cubby Bear. We did our
Yes, we did.
Chicago finals for the Next to Rock, this big national competition. We had 5 bands play, and I got to say, I could say something great about every band that played that
Definitely.
night.
Oh, yeah.
The Giving Moon, the guys who were in my car did not advance, but damn it, you were good.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Yeah, we
you,
just
thank
had a
you.
great
It was
time.
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, and here's the thing. You guys opened, and every band had to play 2 songs, which is, I think it's intimidating to have that constricted of a set.
Definitely.
Because okay, we've got to be super great in 8 minutes or less. That's
It's
basically
hard to do.
You
Hard
gotta
to show
put it all
you
out
got.
there. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and the approach you guys did, you came out, you did your first song, and I don't even know if it was part of the song or not, but you came out there and you wanted the crowd to know, yeah, we can play.
Oh,
I mean,
the intro.
Uh-huh.
I think so, yeah.
That's a
We've been
fun
doing
one.
that lately. We just love like getting loud just to make sure we get everybody's attention real quick, you know. So
Well, I thought that was cool, and it
Thank
was
you.
fun
Thank
to
you.
watch and listen to, but I thought, okay, there's some musicianship happening here.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing something that's being judged, you want them to judge you on your persona, your performance, your swagger, but also you got to have the chops, too, right? So there's a little bit of
I hope so,
strategy
man.
there.
Yes, yes.
All right, so we're in front of juniors/JRs. 2 of you are not eating. 2 of you did not
we
get
didn't-
the Car Con Carne memo,
We didn't get the memo. No, we did not.
which is that we eat food on the podcast. So it's down to Sean and I.
It is.
Sean went with just a simple Chicago dog.
Oh yeah, classic. Classic.
And I love when they pack the napkins in with the hot dog. So there's no, you don't want to use the napkins.
Are they warm?
They're greasy, dude. They're
It's just nasty.
yeah, okay.
No good.
I mean, I don't want to wipe my face with this.
Oh, no.
Or do I? Here, one greasy napkin?
Sure, right, thank you.
All right, so you got the regular hot dog. I promise you. Now, you guys in the back warned me that Sean is a messy eater.
He is the messiest eater. I
Hang
promise
on.
you that.
Hang on. Because, I got to fix this. Oh, there we go.
All right, trying to
Really?
get it
I think the
Why won't they
thing's
go
on
away?
the volume up button. It's like clamping
Oh,
down
I see.
on it.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Good call.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Thank you, IT in the backseat. I got the Polish, which means I guarantee there's going to be covered.
All right, let's make it a competition.
Wait,
Who's,
no, this
who's
is yours,
messier?
isn't it?
Or who can eat faster?
Oh,
that
is this
too.
yours?
Yeah, I think I. Yep, that was the
That's
switcheroo.
you. That is you.
Sean, you did that on purpose.
I tried to.
I'm going to be covered in like sauerkraut and all kinds of.
Here we go.
So they just put the
Culinary
fries all up
chaos.
in there too.
But it's a nice touch. It's a very Chicago thing to wrap the fries up
Oh yeah.
with your encased meat.
Oh yeah.
And the napkins. All in
Actually,
one.
this is survivable, I think. I've made a mess in this car before. I think this is survivable.
You'd think that, but with Sean, he makes
Oh,
anything messy.
It's gonna
Like
be terrible, but we're gonna see what we can do today.
the worst is burritos, because I think like you could get full off of just what Sean like drops like
I
off the
had that one.
burrito.
I've
Like
done
you
that
can eat
before.
it and like have a meal in itself. Because
These fries are salty and good.
Yeah, these are great.
These are right on.
Wow.
I believe in feeding bands. This is part of my community outreach. I think it's important to keep bands well fed.
We need it, man. We seriously do.
I know. Looking out
get
for
that
you
on a
guys.
For
t-shirt.
real, man.
So let's talk a little Giving Moon history.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a question I loathe asking. I hate when other people ask it, but the name. It sounds spiritual. Even
Yeah,
your
you could
logos-
definitely say that,
right
man.
on the money. I mean, I think it
Um,
definitely has a spiritual aspect to it.
Right at
Sean, if you
first,
wanna go
it kind of started out as like, you know, just a name we kind of liked, but over time we started to realize it's like, as a band, we try to keep the, you know, good vibes and just like good energy with playing, performing, other musicians, the audience and stuff, and just trying to spread like that love. So it's kind of like the moon is giving, but it's all in like the moon is the light in the darkness. It's like the biggest source of light in the darkness. So it's just kind of a metaphoric thing, and yeah, we've just stuck with that since the beginning. So the giving moon.
And how many years ago?
Oh,
About
man.
10 now. Well, between
Really?
me and him.
I'd say not 10 exactly.
Almost
Maybe
10.
maybe give or
Since
take
like
a year
what,
or two.
seventh grade, middle
Yeah,
school.
middle
Yeah,
school
I was
for
gonna
sure.
say, you don't look like old men, so 10 years ago puts
Yeah,
you at a very young age.
Yeah,
Right.
6th, 7th grade.
Well, and what interests me about you is sonically, you're coming at music from a different place from I think where a lot of your peers might come from. And maybe it's a Midwestern thing, but I hear classic rock. I hear some jamminess,
Oh,
but I
absolutely.
hear a lot of adventurousness to what you do too. So I guess, what were you weaned on?
Oh man, that's a tough question. You already know.
It's
especially
very broad. I mean,
It is. I mean, I started out with lots of like, you know, blues playing guitar, just especially in my playing. Like Hendrix for sure was a big one, Stevie Ray Vaughan. But then, you know, we like indie rock, alternative, all the modern stuff too. We try and stay up to date. So really everything. But yeah, the guitar roots for sure. The classic rock, 60s, 70s, man. Just
like you said,
loud.
a lot of Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Really?
and-
Yeah.
Recently, you got a big Nirvana influence.
Oh, we've
Oh,
been
that's true,
we've been
that's
doing like
true.
90s grunge lately, getting a little harder rock lately, but we try and keep it, you know, very diverse if we can.
Yeah.
So,
A very fluid sound
thank
to
you,
what
man.
you do.
Appreciate that.
All right, so you just put out California Sun, relatively speaking. Love that song, by the way,
Thank
California
you.
Sun. And you can get it wherever people stream music. And you are, as a band, like you're advancing things. You've got management now?
Yes, we just signed with 2 managers. We actually did a showcase. I feel like it was Sancho, November.
November? Yeah. Oh.
And it kind of worked out perfect because it was what the label rep that was at the showcase was working for Empire Distribution out of San Francisco, and he saw potential, and also we just started talking, hanging out after he saw the show, and eventually he was able to grab us a distribution deal with Empire that we just did, and not only that, we signed a management deal with him as well as the guy who set up the showcase named Mark Pilkenroth, super cool guy out in California. So we got a guy in California and a guy in Chicago right now. So it's just been great, man. It's blessed. So we're having fun doing it, you know.
Because as a band, I mean, it's hard. DIY is tough.
It really
man.
is.
And I don't think it's wrong to seek help.
Right, and we're just having fun too. So it's just like, you know, a little bit less off the mind would be a good thing, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so is there more new music coming?
Always
Always?
new music
I
on the
think
way.
so, man. Yeah, I mean, after this release, we kind of taken a break. We've been playing shows. We got back from Nashville. And,
Nashville not too long ago.
Michigan as well.
Michigan 2 weekends in a row. That was a lot of fun.
Got back yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. About 10
That's
o'clock
another
at
tough
night.
part about being DIY. I mean, you have these regular commitments, school, work,
Right,
and you're finding time to go to other states.
Yeah.
But
Gotta
it's such a
gotta
good time.
squeeze them in, but it's worth it. It's a lot of fun traveling around, playing for a bunch of people, and it's a good time for us as well as showing other people a good time, spreading our music, and
Not to
there's really-
mention, the people are great there.
oh my god,
we have so
yeah.
much fun, man.
Absolutely.
Well, when you started playing together 10-ish years ago, what was the goal? Just have fun? Just
At first, it was just having a good time, man. And, it's just after all these great things have been happening, we're just trying to see where the journey takes us in the moment,
I don't think any of us really expected how far we'd be going with this. 10 years down the road, I don't think any of us
Keeping it
really
going for
could
so
imagine
long.
that we'd still be doing this, for that long. But I love it. It's definitely a great journey to be on, and got great people to do it with.
Yeah, it's a passion, and it's just like something, I feel like it's just been so deeply sewn into our lives. It's like we couldn't even think of letting it go. Just playing music together, having a good time. So
Yeah.
So where does inspiration hit? As you're busy, as you're touring, as you're playing shows?
as in like writing songs?
Yeah.
Oh, for me, man, I just usually the best stuff I think that I personally think is the best of what I write kind of comes to me randomly in the moment, kind of spontaneous, and some of those songs are like the songs that most of our friends and fans have just loved to hear the most. But and on the music that takes a little bit longer, it's still fun, but just sometimes it doesn't feel it has that flow like some of the other music. But
What about Natives?
Oh, Natives.
yeah, that one isn't old. That was an older
That was
tune.
like probably one of our first
That was an early favorite of mine. I mean, that's one of the songs
Right
that hooked
on,
me
man.
into you guys.
Okay.
See, and I also like that album Forever Awake. We did, but lots of it was like we almost felt like we had to get it recorded because it was such old music that we never had gotten recorded. You know,
We didn't want to leave it behind because
Right.
it had, a good sound to it.
You needed to do that in order to move on.
Right.
it almost was like a OCD thing, just like let's get this recorded before we can start playing all the new stuff that was coming up.
And especially Natives, that's a funny one because you can say this about some of our other songs, but what like you don't know is that the songs progress. Like the key change at the end of Natives kind of just came in the moment, and
did.
we
That was
just
great.
decided, doing a key change at the end there would bring a lot of energy to the song, so we
Especially
recorded
live.
it that way. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So
I'm just going to say, you guys who ate before coming here, this is an awesome dog.
all right, I gotta try the
Miss
fries. You
Polish
gues
is
are
really
you guys
good.
are talking
They're
up the
missing
fries,
out.
Sean. Let me try.
want some
one of
fries?
those.
Oh, they have not earned the right for French fries.
Yeah, I don't know if you can give him one.
Oh, you guys are talking them up. Don't leave me hanging.
I gotta be the helper here.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
We share in the giving moon here, as you can tell.
As you should. It's a sharing move.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing mood.
I will say my hand is now. This is.
All grease.
Oh my God, it is. It's.
And the napkins probably aren't helping either.
No, I have a hidden stash of napkins.
Okay, there you go.
Stash of Starbucks
Again,
napkins.
pro move. Not my first podcast in a car tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
I
a
got a
little.
nice pair of pants for that.
Oh yeah, if my pants could talk. Take that as you will.
Get off of me.
All right, so the Giving Moon, the latest release is California Sun.
Yes.
Excuse me. Let's go around the table, so to speak, real quick. One interesting fact about each of you. Because the tricky thing with this podcast, I'm going to blow my nose right now because I had sport peppers.
Go for it.
Doing it on camera because the tricky thing is, as we have you in the car, no one can hear your music in here. So we're talking about it. How do we hook them into you? Well, let's learn something. Let's learn some fun facts about the Giving Moon.
All right, who wants to go first?
Man, Sancho, I think you gotta start. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm important or
Stop.
or funny like that.
I mean, for me, fun fact, if I just want to name one, I don't know how to tie my shoes. I never
call
learned how to
bullshit.
tie my shoes.
You are making that up.
I'm not making that up. You can ask these guys. I never learned how to tie my shoes. It frustrated me as a kid, so I just dropped it and never learned, and I still don't know.
Are you wearing slip-ons right now?
No, but you can see how I have them just kind of knotted like that.
He's got a custom way, I guess.
Yeah, like that's like all I know how to do. I don't actually know how to do like the quote-unquote loop-de-loop and pull.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a SpongeBob
Yeah.
reference
So,
right
okay,
there, but I'll
we
stand
we
behind
try
it.
not to make him feel bad about it.
I'm not going to.
Hey, I'm like promoting it right now. So.
He's loud and proud.
My follow-up question is as follows. What do you do if you're going to a wedding or you have to go for a job interview? Do you
Yeah,
wear a tie?
right.
You got to tuck them in, or I do.
Like a necktie. What do
I
you
got
do
my
for that?
roommate right here. He knows how to do all of that.
I
So,
learned at a very young age, and I had a lot of time to practice.
oh, just go ahead and brag. Why don't you?
All right, so clearly the bar's been set.
I know. I don't know why you guys had me start because I don't think you
man,
can beat.
I'm like thinking of all these really boring things. Like, wow, what do? I just turned 21, and like, that's boring compared to not being able to tie my shoes. But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I play multiple instruments, but something fun about me. Well, I've been to Europe when I was a younger kid. That was pretty cool. That's probably the most coolest thing about me, I guess.
What's your lasting memory of Europe?
I got to go to Ireland and Scotland, and it was just like, it was beautiful out there for sure, especially a lot different than the United States. But yeah, that was probably one of the key moments in my life for sure.
You got
Cruise contest.
you got attacked by a goose when you were like 3. That's a fact.
Yeah, right. I got bit by a goose when I was like 4 years old, and I think I tried to kick it or something.
Yeah.
Just out of rage
Yeah.
and feel bad now. But
That can be emotionally and physically
man,
scarring.
Right.
it was a panic for sure.
All right. Fun fact.
Oof. I'm 5'4".
That's
and
fun.
I've seen Forrest Gump about 75 to 100 times.
Who hasn't?
I'd say
though,
more
right?
than that. I'd say close to 200. He's
See,
seen.
I can't. I'm at a point I can't watch the same movie more than once. I feel like
Really?
if I have 2 hours to kill, I want to see something I haven't seen
Something
before.
What's your favorite movie of all time, though? Do you have
Ooh.
one, or
The tables have turned.
or if you did
I'll-
watch a movie for a second time, which movie would it be?
Probably his favorite one.
There's a handful
Okay.
that I'd watch more than once.
Okay.
A handful. They are as follows: Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978. Donald
Ooh,
Sutherland,
I know that one.
Leonard Nimoy,
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum, awesome remake of the
Spock,
1950s.
right? Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Escape from New York. Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, John Carpenter movie. Awesome dystopian movie where the island of Manhattan is turned into a prison colony.
Oh, that's cool.
And Kurt Russell has to break in and rescue the president whose plane was downed. That was cool.
Dream like that.
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, I love that.
The original. Not Christmas Vacation, not European Vacation. The original. It starts in Chicago, goes to St. Louis, all the way to Wally World.
Oh, I do know that one. Yeah, man.
It's still very, very funny. And honestly, the Blues Brothers,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a
which
classic.
to me is like the quintessential Chicago movie.
It is Chicago right there.
Other than that, yeah, I'm one and done. How about you guys?
Man, I'm a big Marvel fan. I watch all the Marvel movies like no other, and I'm just a huge
You know,
geek when it comes
lately-
to that.
I'm wearing my Doctor Strange
Nice.
Funko
I'm
pop
wearing
T-shirt.
my Spidey underwear. No, I'm just kidding. I did just get the new Spider-Man game.
I
though,
just
so-
got over seeing your shoes. Let's keep the rest of your apparel out of this.
We're
Fair
talking
enough.
movies now. We're talking
Yeah.
about favorite movies. I'd have to say it goes back to like I think Interstellar and Interstellar and Inception were two cool movies.
Never saw Inception. I saw Interstellar.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Those are definitely movies that
It's
you gotta
kind of
watch
for
more
me. It
than
was hard to
once.
understand at first. I don't know. I just couldn't follow. But once you get the logic behind it, it's pretty neat, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those would be my big ones. Interstellar is kind of more new.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Which one? Interstellar?
Mhm.
I haven't seen Inception, but Interstellar. Yeah, those
Sounds like
movies
we
are
got some
definitely-
plans for the apartment.
Yeah, right. Now we know what to do, man.
Brandon Mackey, sorry, is watching. He says, "You guys killed it at the Next to Rock show."
Oh,
Killed
thank you
it.
so much,
you,
Brandon.
brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Come to Elbow Room on October 6th with the Studs.
Oh yeah, we're
That's
playing
gonna
with
be a riot.
longtime friends, the Studs, from back when we were playing at the Elbow Room for the IM Fest.
Nice.
We were what?
Yes.
Eighth
Sixth.
grade.
Oh,
graders?
yeah, that was a
Oh,
while
really?
ago.
We're younger than that.
What
Oh
was
my
it?
God.
It was 120 bands, and you guys were the youngest by far. It was not allowed in the bar.
No,
whatsoever.
everybody
And you
laughed
guys
at
got
us.
First place, right?
Yeah.
First place out of
It's
like.
funny because
120
now I'm just
bands.
legally going into the bars and hanging out.
Now you are, like 7 years later.
That's amazing. All right, so you've got the gig at Elbow Room coming up.
Yes.
Your music is ubiquitous. Wherever you stream music, you can hear The Giving Moon. And the live show really sells it. I mean, the recorded music is awesome.
Thank you.
Seeing you on stage, it just put it all together. And
Yeah,
I really
appreciate that.
enjoyed it. And obviously 10 minutes wasn't enough of you.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, yeah, I mean, follow us on Spotify to all the listeners, and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that.
All that good
We
social media
appreciate the
jazz.
support greatly. Every artist support local music for sure. And yeah, the Chicago music scene's just been awesome with Friday Pilots Club. Those guys who won, all the other artists. It's just been great, man. It's kind of great to be a part of it too. So
The interesting thing, just to go back to Next to Rock for 1 minute,
Mm-hmm.
5 bands were there. There were other musicians in the crowd who turned out to support the band.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
Ember
band-
Oceans is
Yeah.
one of our good friends that are
The
another
guys from
band.
Parker were there.
yeah,
I saw Mr. Precision from 88 Fingers Louie. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just lots of people just came out to be supportive. And the 5 bands who played, I mean, from what I could tell, I didn't see any like pettiness or backbiting. I mean,
No,
they all
it's-
seemed very
it's-
congenial. And
yeah. It's all love back
It's
there.
a community, really.
Yeah,
You all got to help each other out, you know.
I will say the Chicago scene kind of goes through fits and starts and waves
Mm.
of supportiveness to isolationist. I think we're in a really good period right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah,
I
I've
agree too,
definitely
and
been
it's kind
picking
of
up
great
on
to be
that.
part of it and see where it goes. Hopefully, I mean, if one band goes, the scene raises with it. So it's kind of like a teamwork thing for me here.
That's absolutely right. All right, The Giving Moon, you're awesome. Thank you for watching on Facebook Live.
Thank
you
you,
for
guys.
listening on carconcarne.com, iTunes, Google Play Music, etc. This podcast, this live stream, brought to you by Boost Mobile. These guys are a delight.